All right, welcome back, everyone. I am, of course, the Dungeon Master. We are rejoining the party of Heroes Wanted. We have Donovan, Soggy, Soggy's ever present animal familiar Silas, and the newcomer Vathel, a drow who has recently escaped from captivity. However, today we are joined by yet another player.
DM, you cut off.
This new player, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Leofir, is an Eladrin from the elven home island of Aer Thalis. As such, he is technically immortal, born on the Fey Wild. When the elven island phased over to the main world, he somehow became transferred here. He actually has no recollection of about the past month or so. He remembers his training, he remembers his life, he remembers, everything. But about a month ago, all of a sudden everything becomes real fuzzy. It's almost like being in one of his trances where he's seeing possible visions, but everything is like nebulous, and it could be real or it could be like total recall style fake memories, or it could be like dream stuff or visions of possible futures. It's really hard to tell because like being an elf is confusing enough. Being an Eladrin, which is basically the direct children of the Archfey and immortal elves. Leofer um, has a hard time telling reality from being in the Feywild with all of the you know um crate. Oops, can you hear me? Test, 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 test.
That's better.
That is much better.
Okay. Computer had a little fit there. All right, sorry about that. Usually that does not happen. um, anyway, as I was saying, Leofer has grown up on the Feywild. Um, the Elven homeland is a portal from the Feywild to this world and phases in and out of the material plane and the Feywild. And growing up on the Feywild, Leofer is used to illusions and fairy magic. He is the children of the Archfey, immortal and uh, magical. Hello?
You're better.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason, Discord and the Stream Labs do not want to play nice together. I think I need to upgrade my computer. Um, so, yeah, that's on my to-do list. Uh, I don't know why it's being this bad, though. Yeah. Anyway, just let me know if it happens. Um, Leofer,
It's
you
all right.
no, it is not. Leofer, you growing up on the Feywild, the real world is very strange because where you grew up is actually very strange compared to the real world, almost like a cartoon world. Like I don't want to say cartoon world because that's not quite what I'm trying to explain, but with the elven and fairy magics and everybody being basically immortal and all of that, it's a very different way of life. However, you guys are dedicated to the preservation of life, and so you instinctively understand that the half vampire minions of General Visanthus are undead, and these guys, despite Vathel being one of the Darrow or Drow, as they are now called, one of the accursed elves who followed Lolth into the Underdark, um, you have an innate sense of
You're getting choppy
Yeah, I'm
again.
looking at it and I'm seeing my connection drop and go back up a lot as well. So I don't know.
It might be Discord.
yes, but
Discord in general.
this has been the last two times now that I've used the Streamlabs software, and it's interacted with the Discord funny like this and kept having my voice get choppy, which usually wasn't a problem beforehand. So I keep checking my CPU usage and it spikes up to like 60%. So I think that I just need to add more RAM. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't heard it from anybody else. I mean, I'm seeing spikes in my connection, but I haven't seen it, heard it from the others when they talk. So
Yeah, I mean, this is happening a little frequently now that I'm starting to get upset, but yeah, just continue to signal me in the chat when it happens and I'll reconnect. But I assume you get the point about growing up on the Feywild means that you find it very alien here.
very different from where I grew up. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, and then instinctively you understand that these guys are the good guys, even though Vathel is one of the accursed Darrow or Drow, and that the half vampire undead minions of the vampire are evil.
All right. Very good.
All right. So with that being said, I kind of left them right at the point where they were being charged. So just the one little addendum caveat to that will be that Leofer actually appeared in between when you guys arrived here at the castle and when you left the town. So somewhere on the road you met Leofer and you guys have had about a day to kind of like get to know each other. So if you want to discuss anything about each other's characters or introductions, role play, that kind of stuff, do so now. No pressure, by the way. Just, some people like to introduce their characters.
Well, first off, as you are closing in to the group,
Oh no, he appears right alongside one of the last trees before you enter the vast open plains before you, and this large tree at the edge of the forest has one of those giant knots in it, and he comes stepping out of that, but he's exhausted, so he sits down on the side of the tree, and you guys come approaching up from the little deer trail that there was.
you see
Test.
better.
Yeah, so,
Good to go.
Leo, you're exhausted from whatever magic brought you over, so you come stepping out of a large tree at the edge of the forest, and you sit down alongside it to rest. And these guys come walking up on you, and so they see you. So go ahead, Hazard, describe what he sees as you guys come walking up.
As you come walking up, one of the figures you find the most notable is a kobold, specifically one of dark purple with set highlights of blue, with one cracked horn and hooded in ragged clothes. At closer inspection, you also notice some face paint, white face paint of dots and squiggles, decorating his body, and he seems a bit off put by your appearance.
And he's also covered in spikes.
All right, that's interesting.
Yeah, and so you would know kobolds. However, the kobolds on the Feywild are usually green scaled or one of the metallic dragon scaled. So seeing one purple scaled like this, you've never really seen anything like him.
Gotcha.
All right. You also see kind of a drow archer. So you see that I have both like a crossbow and a lot of other things that are used for striking from a distance. Longbow, crossbow, kind of a spear, kind of a javelin also attached with me. But I'm also dressed very dark looking because I normally go as a mercenary or a hunter. So you see I have a long cape so that when I put the cape over me, everything is concealed. I also have like kind of a hood and a face mask. Not a face mask that covers my full face, but that pulls up over my mouth and my nose. That again, if I had to conceal my presence wherever I am, I have the ability to. And I look more mysterious since my skin is almost completely black, coming from Drow ancestry, with kind of white hair and kind of like silverish, reddish eyes, kind of. So I have a very mysterious look. I'm more likely to fall back, protect and support, but I'm all about the hunt and the kill as well. And that just exudes from me. And I have very dark, mysterious eyes that also look a little bit evil-ish as well.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is Donovan there?
Yep, I'm right here.
All right, go ahead.
All right, I'm a 6'3", fairly built human in white armor with an obsidian sword and a white shield. Pretty much exactly what my picture is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as my appearance goes. I'm a human. And yeah, that's what I look like. The name is Donovan McGrady. And I guess I'll greet the two of you guys.
Okay. So
You already met the other guy, the Drow.
That's because I fought with that last week. But I would say to Leo as he pulls up, I say it seems like there's a lot of us who are watching this group from a distance. What are you doing here? And I say up to Leo first.
well, honestly, I can't say I really know. The last thing I remember was quite some time ago. You can see
I'm
he's
not too
kind of.
surprised. Go ahead.
I was gonna say you can see he's kind of embarrassed and confused by his lack of memory.
And I'll say in my visions before I met up with this group, I learned that this group is important to keep alive, and that I was sent here to help, support, and protect them as well. Maybe you are the same. I don't know why, but I guess I'll find out as we proceed. But my vision has told me that this group is important to protect and keep alive.
There is something familiar about you all.
And then
Soggy
I
has
say, go ahead.
you before, but you were also very interesting, and also Soggy also remembers something like you.
In fact, he reminds you of Elwyn, and as you remember Elwyn from your vision, you remember a great dragon that Elwyn had slain, and you wonder if Leofer here might have been the elf you saw in your vision instead.
Soggy sort of just looks at him inquisitively about this and just sort of like wonders.
You guys, eventually begin to travel and break bread together, and soon you're sharing tales of things that you've done as much as would be appropriate for your characters. You'll find that Soggy speaks broken common. You'll find that Soggy speaks broken common, but as he travels with you guys, he constantly refers to himself as Having.
All right. Interesting.
And now you guys may choose your marching order, so go ahead and shuffle your tokens up any which way you like.
Are we about
Okay.
to roll initiative, or we're still pre-initiative?
You're pre-initiative currently, but you're about to roll initiative, so go ahead and set your marching order, and if there's anything specific that your characters would be doing as they march forward and just begin to see the Black Fort in view over the horizon. And so, anything that your characters would appropriately do, go ahead and plan on having that happen and get in line.
Okay, what are your classes, guys? I am a tank paladin. I have sentinel and I have protection as my fighting ability. Stand near me, and the enemy either won't be able to hit you, But if they do, I'll punch them in the face.
Nah,
Sam,
I'm more of an archer, so I'm slightly better in the back. But if I have to go closer up, I'm okay.
Well, do you think stay at your distance because obviously they. My character is more about like standing next to you and taking your hits.
All right.
I am also front line, but I am a wizard. I'm just an AC tank, not a health tank.
Mhm.
So I will be up front unless I get
Right. You're good at
particularly injured.
deflecting. You're good at deflecting those hits.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move to the.
Yeah, so
I think you went out a little bit.
hear you, but it's slightly off to the side.
Yeah. Either way, I need to be of closer proximity before I can do anything. Yes and no.
Darn, this is gonna be tough.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of it'll be hard to hold them off from the back line.
yeah. This force is meant as, a final chance to, go away.
Oh, well, friends, it is a pleasure to meet you. Perhaps I should have said this some time earlier, but I am tracking and also being currently stalked by a cult of vampires. So there's that.
Well,
Soggy
only
stopped
one
one
thing to do with
eye.
vampires.
I like how he's like, oh yeah, proper protocol. I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but standard adventurer stuff.
But fear not. They aren't exactly vampires, more of thralls, but they are pretty powerful, so be careful.
Oh yeah, they know how to put the hurting on you.
Oh, I think we all know what needs to be done with these.
So do we have a plan of attack? I just know that before I can do anything, I can shoot from a distance, but for me to cast anything, I need to move up.
Well, as soon as I am able, I'm going to go ahead and cast Shield of Faith.
What's the Shield of Faith do?
Shield of Faith will grant its target, be it willing, +2 to armor class. I'm going to go ahead and put that on myself.
For you or anyone around you?
Is that how?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
No, it only works for the one target. Trust me, so the way that my character's set up, it's if they're not hitting me, they're gonna either miss or get punched in the face. So I take a lot of my character kind of stops working when I'm being targeted, but also shines when I'm being targeted. Like it's just really,
Fair enough.
they're just really I really either take away opponent turns, like actions by just having protection, or if they try to attack you, they're getting smoked.
Vathel, if you just click on your character token, you'll see initiative with the hourglass. Go ahead and click on that.
Oh, okay, my fault. Give me a second.
Yep, no worries. All right, and now let the combat begin.
Fuck.
Well, seeing them coming, I will start up my blade song. So basically, what you see is I pull out a scimitar, and the way I like to visualize blade song is kind of like a whirling, kind of like a dervish, So I pull off a little bit to the side and kind of just start getting my blade spinning, ready to go. And you can kind of start hearing the scimitar humming, um, like a little song going on as I swing it around.
Yeah.
How does his armor look? Does his armor look like it's capable of being in a big, strong brawl?
I would say it looks actually kind of similar to the picture here. You know, form fitting, protective, but fairly light. And it will have at the moment like a golden tint to it, as well as my skin and hair. Actually.
Okay, so you're gonna buff yourself.
Oh, right now, yeah, essentially.
Cool.
Yeah, basically, if you're unaware, if you're not tracking on what it does, I get to add my intelligence to my AC. I get a plus to my movement speed and advantage on concentration checks, which I already have due to Warcaster. But you know,
All right. Well, you do your thing.
Yeah, and as he's spinning the scimitar around, it's very much like a nunchuck routine. To where he's flipping it behind his back and he tosses it up in the air and just all of the spinning does indeed make the blade hum and then begin to glow with that same like sunset gold with just a tinge of red.
exactly. Very nice.
Okay, and then is that your turn?
Yep, I'm just I'm preparing for him. You know, if we got a couple turns before we actually engage, that much better for me.
Well, we are on horses. They are on horses, so they're probably gonna get on us pretty fast.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're gonna hit like tanks. They're gonna hit like trucks because they're on horseback.
I'm sure.
The horse comes thundering up with the knight on its back. You hear the hooves pounding the dirt, and you see chunks of grass flying out from behind it. The heavily armored knight is wearing full plate, and his horse is covered in interlocking pieces of plate mail as well. And he has a big ass battle axe or a greatsword. Soggy.
Okay, let's try and hit one of them, shall we?
No.
Saki is going to cast. Wait for it. He's going to summon a Grasp of the Deep to attack the warhorse.
Ooh.
Will it be at an advantage or disadvantage?
Okay, so it's daylight out, so it's disadvantage.
I am close to my friends.
It's the enemy who has to be close to your friends.
Okay.
Ha! One of you guys.
You summon eldritch power, and suddenly the air fills with the scent of salt water and dead fish and a huge ghostly tentacle of some giant kraken like creature comes rising out of the ground and strikes at the warhorse.
I imagine it's like shifting between different water-like creatures. Like first it's a crab, then it's a octopus tentacle, then it's a shark's claws and such, and the like.
Yes, the deadly clawed shark. It comes and grabs at it.
The bunny is a shapeshift. It's a shape-shifting sort of tentacle. If you understand the Bunyip mythology.
Quite honestly, I don't know that I really do. I've read some stuff, but like it's confusing as shit. But regardless, I do agree with you that like it kind of phases in between looking like a octopus tentacle, a squid arm, a crab's pincher, and a eel, like an eel's tail, and sometimes it even kind of looks like seaweed. So the knights come charging in, hooves, grass, thundering, you know. Um, you got two empty halves of coconut and you're banging them together. What?
They are moving rather far.
Yeah, they're on horses.
But we got exactly enough turns for
Oh,
what?
I forgot. As the Black Knight commander, as the lieutenant, the basically second in command around here at the Black Fort, says, "Surrender now, and we'll kill you."
I needed. That doesn't sound very pleasant.
Yeah, but like the alternative is we're gonna trample you.
Do we think we can take these guys, or do we want to go and be taken back to the tower?
The Black Knight commander says, "If I get a vote, I say you should surrender to these guys."
And I'm gonna say, over my dead body, you vampire worshiping freaks. Now get over here so I can chop your heads off.
Yes, indeed, that is exactly what you say. And as you do so, you brandish your obsidian blade, and for the first time, your holy power flows through it, and the obsidian begins to change just ever so slightly. Instead of being solid black, there's little flecks of gold throughout it. Vathel, what do you do?
I ran up with my heavy crossbow in hand. And I say, we don't have to fight.
Correct. Surrender.
So does he respond?
Yeah, the knight says correct. You can surrender.
And then I take a quick look at the rest of my men. and then I kind of lower my crossbow, and seeming like I'm going to shoot an arrow or a bolt from the crossbow, but instead I'm going to cast Fairy Fire as if it's coming through the crossbow.
Okay.
And Fairy Fire does a 20-foot cube around. It should be able to get almost everyone.
Correct. Yes, you can get all 4 of the guys right there. Well, actually, you can get the bottom 4 or the top 4. Nope. You can get the bottom
This is-
4.
All right, then I'll get the bottom foot. And within a 20-foot cube, I can't see the square, so it's hard for me to tell for myself. That's why.
Oh, here, let me show you.
But I'll take the bottom foot. That's fine. At the 20-foot cube.
You know who I am, and I know what you are. Now step forward and see what you're made of.
I think they need to make deck saves, or we have advantage on them. That's 20 foot.
Yes, sir. So there. Now you can see like basically what you're targeting.
All right. So I think they have to make a deck save, and if they fail, then we have advantage on them without.
Yep. So rolling that now.
He's rolling it now.
And then I'm gonna end my turn after we to see who failed or not, and I'm gonna move slightly 10 foot closer. I'm gonna move right there.
Wow. Those guys super saved.
That was one of them. The Black Knight failed, I think, right?
Yeah, and then the Black Knight commander failed. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to roll for the other knight. I'll just take the other 20. No.
Yeah.
Oh, both of the knights save. Oh, what? One more knight. That's right. 3 knights. Oh, jeez. That passes as well. It's difficulty class 11. What's the difficulty class on that?
I'm not sure how to calculate my spell to save DC. I
That
think
would
it's
be-
8 plus my proficiency, which is, I guess,
2, so 12.
So
But
yeah,
it's-
8 plus
it's-
prof.
is that 8 plus 2 plus what? Plus my deck?
Plus your spellcasting modifier. So 8 plus 2 plus your proficiency plus your spellcasting mod. So
It just hits.
Come on, you want me? I'm right here.
Yeah, so you got everybody no, the first 2 knights passed. The commander and the other one are now glowing. All right. So let me set them up with the aura thing here.
And I'm gonna go ahead and cast.
Shield of Faith.
All right. So I begin glowing, and I scream, "You want me? I'm right here!" And intimidation 21.
Yes, we do want you, and you should surrender. The intimidation. So now this is something that I would like to address because I had some feedback from one of the players who left saying that like they felt as though the social skills wouldn't work. I want to be clear here. Social skills can and do work appropriately and logically. So, yes, you can try to intimidate these knights, but we're talking about 6 heavily armored, well trained, loyal knights.
And if they become
Okay.
shaken,
So
they start taking penalties.
yeah.
But
So okay, I want to be clear here. It is possible to intimidate the knights. Having the spectral tentacle rise up would normally be something that normal human knights would like definitely, like add to the difficulty class for them to not be intimidated. However, with 6 heavily armored, well-trained half vampire knights, they are too loyal and too well armed to be intimidated right now. Even though you rolled a 19, which is great. Or wait, 21, sorry. Even though you rolled a 21, which is great. It's just not going to be enough to intimidate all of them right now. However, the way that I do it is it's basically like a skill challenge to where that counts as like one success towards intimidating them. You know what I mean?
doesn't need to affect anything. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say, do you know who I am?
Yes.
Then you know I kill fucking vampires for fun. You're just my hobby.
It's good to stay active. We understand you have a lot of hobbies to choose from, and we appreciate you choosing us. No, I'm just kidding. They don't get that cocky.
All right. All right. Looks like I'm up. So I will bonus action Shadow Blade. And
Okay, so because you're an Eladrin and all of that, it is possible for you to choose something besides just shadowy gloom. For example, you could hold out your hand and all of a sudden, like because you're in your summer form, a branch of twisting vines and wood grows out into a sword made of like leaves and vines and wood and all of that.
all right, cool. Still trying to figure out how I want Summer Eladrins to look in front of me. Yeah, I actually would like it to be more nature based. That'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So instead of being shadowy gloom, it's instead very plant-like and grows out in this intricate design. And even though, yes, you can tell it's nature, it still looks deadly and possesses a magical aura about it.
All right, sounds good. And I would like it to kind of when it's swung with the intent to hurt, to kill, it kind of darkens into more like the original Shadow Blade for that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. As it swings through the air, the leaves kind of like fall off like at autumn, and the blade itself darkens into a dark black oak looking sword.
Very good. Other than that, I would like to hold an action for if they charge us.
Holding an action for when they charge you. Got it.
Well, actually, wait, nope, that would be 2 spells in a turn still. So never mind. If they come in melee range, I'll hold an attack action though.
Okay. So this one is going to charge through the spectral tentacle. And instead of hitting you with his greatsword, he's going to have his warhorse rear up and attack you. Oh no.
Quick side question. So would we
Yes.
have advantage on the hitting the horses as well?
Yes.
So for the same
Yeah,
four.
yes. The rider makes the. I'm not going to roll a check for every rider and his mount. So if you hit the rider, the mount is automatically covered in that.
Okay.
All right. So the horse critically fails, and although I normally don't do a critical fail because this is such an intense battle, I am actually going to allow for Donovan to take an attack of opportunity against the warhorse because he critically failed on his attack. You would be using your reaction though.
I'll hold up. I'll save my reaction.
Saving your reaction.
So, now that the enemy is near one of my friends, does that mean advantage?
It does indeed, except for you still have disadvantage for daylight, so it just turns into normal.
Yeah. Figured as much. I'm going to attack the Black Knight Commander.
That would still be disadvantage.
But it's covered with fairy fire.
Oh yeah.
Care to explain what happens?
I like the way that sounded. You care to explain how I just whooped your ass? So the tentacle grows slightly in size and changes into a giant whale's tail and smashes down on the Black Knight Commander, dealing 13 lightning damage.
Sorry, I just. That must have hurt.
I gotta be honest, it didn't feel great.
And the reason
Is it
I
grappled
asked
or
you
no?
to say that is because you have a great way of describing things.
Is the Black Knight Commander grappled or no?
No. He can use it to grapple though, but he used it to attack instead.
Yeah.
All right, so I move up here, and then I move here, but I can't attack. But then that is going to put me into your triggering of your ready to attack. For now, yeah, I was gonna add it to your sheet, but you didn't get done in time for me to be able to add it, so I ran out of time.
Okay. No problem. So I will be attacking with the Shadow Blade. All right.
Yeah, so as your sword comes down, you miss the horse by inches as your shadow blade goes up and into the night, dealing 15 psychic damage.
And then do I get sneak attack with that as well, or
Yeah, because he's within 5 feet of your companion.
no? Ouch.
The war horse comes thundering up to you. It is not able to use its thundering hooves ability because it did not move in a straight line the whole way. Does a 15 hit your armor class?
Oh no. Um, he's gonna hit him.
Yeah, he tried to. Oh, was I supposed to attack with disadvantage?
I think we're confused. I'm a little confused because I don't think are you attacking me or Vathel?
Vathel.
Because I don't think that the guy that I reacted to went after me. I think he just moved into range.
My AC is 17. I didn't think you would attack me either. My fault.
The guy that you attacked, he moved into your range. I thought that's what you said you wanted for your attack was if anybody moved into melee range that you'd attack them.
No, no, that's correct. I mean, he didn't attack me, so I was a little confused that it,
So that's
it
if he moves
jumped to
into
a
your
different
range.
guy.
It doesn't
So
matter who you
that's
attack
that's
though.
my bad.
That's because he had to move twice.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
I tell you again, surrender now.
Soggy just makes a raspberry noise at him.
Little one, you know how in the knight's code they say to be honorable and chivalrous and always defend the weak?
I'm feeling pretty good about our chances.
Well,
You is the bad.
in the Black Knight code, it's the opposite of that. It says, find the weak and beat them down.
All right, it's my go.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm also still not sure exactly what our chances are taking on these guys. I'm gonna move a few feet south.
You're going to have to disengage unless you want to take 2 attacks of opportunity.
All right. Never mind. Uh, ah.
It is not too late. Surrender now, and no harm shall come to you until later.
That's very convincing.
Roll a sense motive if you dare.
I thought
Right,
that was
so-
only for Pathfinder.
Yeah, I think you mean what's it called?
Insight.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Roll an insight.
All right. I'm not gonna provoke attack of opportunity.
He seems to be telling the truth. No harm shall come to you until later.
All right. So I'm gonna unconjure my Hexblade.
Oh, I didn't say I didn't believe him.
Oh, hold on. It's still Vathel's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna unconjure my crossbow,
Oh, okay.
and I'm gonna kind of put my hands up,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, if you are true to your word, then I'll go willingly.
Yeah. I swear. We will hurt you later.
And then I'll end my turn.
Supposed to click the done button.
He doesn't have a done button just yet. I'll get him one.
I just figured it out, so that's the Blade Song information.
Nice.
There should be 2 guys affected by the fairy fire still, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to be affected pretty much this whole battle.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who and who though.
The 2 guys with the little aura symbols on them. The one by Leofer and the Black Knight Commander.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, get in there, guys. Beat them down.
His symbol is covered up.
What's that?
Are you going to make your attack?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna hit the knight in front of me.
Sir? Sir, you don't want to do that.
You come to me and ask me to surrender?
Yes. Enemies to peace. On pain of consequence from your bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground.
Peace is war, war is peace. That's the thing that I'm hearing right now.
I actually have to check that. That's really close.
That's out of
Oh, you hit. Oh, nice. You swing up at the knight. Your obsidian sword slices through his shield slightly. Like, you know, a corner. You cut off a corner and cut into him for 6 slashing damage.
These are still like the knights from like that southern kingdom, right?
The Carpathia. Yeah, these are the Carpathian knights. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Carpathia is like, you know, Romania, Transylvania type of, you know.
last guy is just like this fat thrall that is riding on this very weakened horse. Did you hear what I said, DM?
Oh yeah, he heard you. He's like, "Don't worry, little one. I got a fat, weakened horse for you."
Alrighty then. I will take this guy down, hopefully, with Shadow Blade.
You are very brave indeed, but the battle is ours. Surrender.
I don't know about that.
As the psychic damage cuts in to the knight, he begins to hold his hand up to his head, shaking off the mental images projected from the sword's psychic damage. And you can see his bar there to show you how damaged he is from all that.
Sweet. And then, after I bring the Shadow Blade around with my right hand, I kind of do a little spin and hit him with my offhand scimitar as well, hopefully.
Yes, twirling around, you come through and deal 0 slashing damage to him. No, just go ahead and roll the slashing damage again.
Feel like that is not quite correct. Not a lot.
And then is that your turn? Oh, excellent.
Yep, that'll
Thank
be
you.
it.
Look at the new guy learning so fast.
I try.
Okay, so this knight uses leadership to direct the knight to his right. So the knight to his right gets a +1 on his next attack roll or saving throw. And that was just a bonus action. As a bonus action, the knight uses leadership to give the knight to his right a bonus on his next attack roll or saving throw. And since that was just a bonus action, he uses multi-attack on Donovan. Is this at disadvantage, Donovan?
How about the leadership thing?
Donovan, are my attacks against you at disadvantage?
No, I just have a 20 AC.
Okay.
Oh, there's a sword.
It says claws. Oops. I gotta fix that. So he slashes at you multiple times with his greatsword, but is unable to pierce your shield and armor, and you easily fend him off. For her, girls can be undead vampire knights too.
Is this a good place to put it?
Yeah, that ain't bad. Oh, yeah, 5 feet on each side. No, I don't think that's gonna actually do anything. You're probably better off putting it right in front of Vathel there and getting both of those knights, because right now there's not really enough room for him unless he comes all the way around, and like you're better off getting an attack in. See, it'll hit both of them there. But it's not hitting anybody here.
Okay. Then over there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. You do where you want to do it. You know, I'm just trying to be helpful because I don't want you to feel as though you wasted it.
Yeah, I just trying to figure things out strategically.
Right on.
Then
All right.
here.
All right. So now they need to make dexterity saves. No. Oh, they just take 4d4 damage the first time you conjure it, and then whenever they start their turn. Damn.
Nice.
Unfortunately, that's the horses too. Your blades slice into the knights and the horses, sending blood splattering.
Yeah. It's like a fury of piranhas, relating back to the whole like nature of water. It's literally like the primal source of piranhas.
Nice.
Primal source of piranhas.
Yeah.
All right.
If you get what I'm saying.
Yes, we understand the general idea.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so this knight is still going to be trying to attack Leofur. Uh, but he is going to use leadership for the knight on his right. And then he is going to multi-attack you.
Sure.
Oh wait, no, he's gonna do that at disadvantage.
Okay, does the 16 hit?
Nope.
Then it
I
doesn't.
got 20.
Yeah, then it doesn't matter. Then I don't have to re-roll. So, yeah, you manage to avoid all of the hits as Donovan imposes his shield, forcing the knight to attack at disadvantage.
I'm probably very hard to pin down with all my crazy movements.
Yeah, you dance about like a leaf on the wind. And yes, that is an Alan Tudyk reference.
Mhm.
And then he uses leadership for the knight on his left. And then he multi-attacks Donovan in the back.
If I remember, he started his turn in the blades.
Ah, he did. Roll 4d6, please. Eight more slashing damage. Damn. Okay, and so this is going to be at advantage because now I have you flanked.
It's gonna be a no, dog.
Yeah, it's a no from me. Alright, so now the knight starts his turn there, so roll 4d6. 8 more slashing damage. Pretty consistent there.
Well, D4s are pretty consistent.
Right? Narrow window there. Alright, so the knight understands that he is in a blender and his horse is getting all cut up. So he is actually going to disengage and alright, so he moves over there. Alright, so he moves over there. And the commander is like, "You gutless coward, what are you doing?" He's like, you get in there and fight, and tries to rally him.
The knight running away.
But he does move up here.
All right, so I'm gonna provoke opportunity attack from the one knight that's still by me. I'm gonna run over here.
Okay, yep, so he is indeed going to attack you with his greatsword.
And I'm gonna attack this one with my heavy crossbow. I mean, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. I'm just saying. He might want to hold it for something else later.
No, I know. He doesn't have to, but you know, he's going to.
He's still on board.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck. All right.
He's like, you know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Kobe, and he slices into you with his greatsword.
All right, you're gonna have to subtract it because I still don't have the box. I still don't have the box that allows me to subtract.
Say what now?
I still don't have the box that allows me to subtract my hit points. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna attack this one, and I also have Elven Accuracy as well.
Yeah, and that should be included in your character. If you click on your token, you'll see Elven Accuracy. So every time you roll, you just click Elven Accuracy there. I could do it a different way, but it's like kind of lame. So I'm still working on how to exactly make it happen. But go ahead and roll just to see if you get that sweet crit. But yeah, okay. So you shoot an arrow into the back of the knight, and he turns around and looks at you, and is like, "You're gonna pay for that." Yeah, the macros all target specific enemies and all of that. It's just, um, your sheet isn't fully set up because you were still working on it. Yeah. It's a lot better once I get to work on it. Give me a couple days after chemotherapy here, and we'll be rocking. I know. Yeah, there's
Hey,
little effects and everything. There's all kinds of cool stuff. All right. So yeah, he says you'll pay for that as the arrow strikes him.
all right, can I end my turn?
Donovan. Yeah, the macros are half the fun of this game.
Yeah, they're pretty sick.
All right, Donovan, you swing your obsidian longsword. I didn't see which one you targeted though. Can you ping them?
I don't know, the knight that's like slightly below me.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, you swing your obsidian longsword into him. Uh, this time you knock his shield completely out of his hands. He no longer is holding a shield, and you slice into him, dealing a near mortal wound. Alright, so this knight is going to move back. and then charge into Donovan.
Yeah, they really don't like you, Donovan.
What? Just all of you at once?
Yeah.
No, I mean, what? Is it only all of you at once?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna need more than that.
Okay. So now he charged 20 feet and hit you with his hooves. So you take 16 bludgeoning damage and have to make a difficulty class 14 strength save or be knocked prone.
Well, hold up. There's more than I gotta do than that. That's for my spell. That's for my not knocking down.
Yeah.
And how
Donovan,
much damage do I take?
16. Donovan holds his shield up as the horse's hooves crash down on him. He braces for the impact and somehow remains on his feet. Like a jerk.
I like to imagine that the shield bumped into his face to do the damage.
Yes! Yes, it smashes right into his cheek, swelling it up and giving him a black eye. That's what you get for thwarting my evil plans.
Alrighty then. Yeah, I will continue doing the thing that I have been doing, and I will slice this bugger right in front of me with my Shadow Blade.
Once again, your blade strikes home, seeming to bypass his shield completely. You dig your sword in for another 10 psychic damage, but because he was already wounded, he now faints in his saddle, his leg getting caught in the stirrup as he drags along the ground as his horse begins to move away.
These are evil guys, right?
Yes.
Okay. So as he starts heading away from me, and I finish my spin, the second scimitar will slice him, trying to finish him off.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's basically helpless. So you're just rolling to see how cool it is. Yeah, it's not that really cool, you know, like you kind of like stab into him and it's real stabby.
Got a little caught up on some of the stirrups and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah, you were like trying to like stab him right in the face like it was all cool and you kind of like got him kind of in like the chest area more and it like didn't really pierce because of his armor, but like it did a little but still not really, you know. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I what's the word? I
Surrender.
flourish to try and hide my shame.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant surrender. All right, so
No, I'm feeling pretty good right now.
this knight is going to multi-attack Donovan. Oh, you are so lucky that second one missed. All right, the first one hits. He smashes through your shield, knocking your shield from your hand and dealing 13 damage. Actually, I'll give you a strength save to avoid getting your shield knocked out of your hand. You know, the funny thing is I've listened to the episode afterwards, and the lag is only through Discord for you guys. You can hear me perfectly fine the whole time. Anyway, Donovan, you get a strength save to avoid getting your shield knocked out of your hand. Alright, so you hold on to your shield. You're good. But you do take 13 more damage.
So, can I move the cloud of daggers?
Yeah. 5 feet. Right? I think you can move it 5 feet per turn.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to move it 5 feet into an area with 2 enemies.
Well, you can move it there. Oh, you can move it right there. There you go. Okay.
That sounds good. So is that the end of my turn?
Yes, sir.
Or do I still have an action?
Oh, no,
Question?
yeah. That was your move action to move it. So, you still have an action.
Question. Does
Yes, sir.
Donovan still have the heal potion that I gave him last week, or did he use it?
He used it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, your witch bolt goes awry. Your bolt flies in uh, to the knight's shield, but it bounces off of it as if it was magically protected. This knight is dead. Its horse does start to move away, though.
And remember, it's starting its turn in the cloud of knives. This one.
Yes.
No, horse, don't go. I wanted
Yeah, so he takes 13 more damage.
Along
you.
with his horse.
And his horse takes 13 damage and falls out from under him.
Piranha is sort of just magically appear and just chomp at the knight and the and the warhorse, biting a vital part of the warhorse's body and just causing it to bleed out.
The knight fails his check and falls prone as the horse falls out from under him. And that horse is dead. Soggy feels nothing as he kills the horse.
Just stark determination to end this fight.
Alright, so this guy's like, "Hey! Stop killing my horses! That's gonna cost you!" And with that, he, uh, I guess he's gonna step in and just smack you with the mace.
Right.
Could just leave us alone. Who's he attacking?
Austin.
Oh, Donovan somehow manages to feebly raise his shield and deflect the blow. Vathel's like, actually I wasn't with these guys.
All right, so I'm not sure if that hits or not.
15 plus 9 is 24. Yeah, that hits.
So he takes 12 points of damage.
So he takes 12 points of damage as your arrow at first seems as though it was going to be deflected by the shield, somehow goes right between his shield and his shoulder and hits him. You can see the arrow sticking out of his armor. You can see the arrow sticking out of his armor as it seemed as though he was going to block it with his shield, but it goes right in between his shield and his shoulder and hits him. Is that your turn?
Yep, I just move a little bit. And I end my turn.
Lay on hands for 20 HP.
That's a good start. Donovan starts to rub himself all over.
Last chance. Get lost, or your horses will be dragging corpses home.
All right, that one is actually a failure. But I'm going to have you roll it again because since you guys have driven one of them off, killed one of them, and killed one of their horses. Yeah, there you go. So now you succeeded, but like I said, that now you're on step 2 of unknown number of successes. But you have now successfully managed to get all of their attention. They're all looking at you and being like, "Oh man, did you see the way he rhymed horses and corpses? That was badass." And then this knight is going to attack Leofer.
Bring it.
Nah, he's gonna get hit for that one.
Oh.
So I will shield as a reaction,
Okay.
and it misses.
And there you go. So Leofer holds up his hand, and suddenly a cascade of leaves, shimmering, translucent, form in the pattern of a shield, and then catch the sword before it can hit him. And then Donovan hits and smites, dealing a total of 12, 11? 11 damage. Oh, wait, but this guy's going to try to parry. So now his armor class is 20. So
12. It's 12 damage. All right. Well, then the smite doesn't go off because smite only works if you've hit the person.
right,
So,
right.
yeah.
So yeah, as the knight brings his great sword down, Leofer puts up his shield of leaves, and then his backswing he parries your blow against him. It's a badass combat scene.
Right? I like that one. All right. So I'm gonna do a bonus action here to face step right behind these two. And they take damage equal to my charisma modifier. Which is just a 2. So they each take 2 damage as I kind of like, big swirl of leaves comes by, and then I kind of disappear into the ground and pop up right behind these guys.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was gonna say myself. Was all of a sudden from the top of your head to your feet, and from your feet to the top of your head, a swirl of leaves just kind of wraps around you until you can't see you anymore, and then all of a sudden the leaves dissipate and you're not there, and then they reappear behind the knights, and when they reappear, instead of being leaves, they're more like sharp pine needles and so as the leaves swirl around you and you disappear, you reappear behind them, and now instead of just being leaves, it's a bunch of like pine needles and other sharp little bits, and the wind that blows it, instead of being gentle and swirling the leaves around, shoots them outward violently at everybody around you. But it's just pine needles, it doesn't hurt that bad. Is that your turn?
All right, all right. And then I'm hoping, I haven't done this with smaller blocks before. Does this count as flanking for the Black Knight?
Yeah, it absolutely counts as flanking.
Very good. Then I will, with my main action, hit that bugger with my Shadow Blade.
Oh man, you reach up and smash him with your Shadow Blade, dealing 13 psychic damage. The Black Knight commander turns around and looks at you and says, "Nice try." You can tell that he's resistant to psychic damage because he's more of a half vampire. He's more half vampire than not.
Got, got it. So he's didn't hurt him as much as I thought would have hoped.
Yeah. The psychic damage is like, he's resistant to it because his mind is partially undead.
Gotcha.
Oh, a critical hit as he smashes into you with his greatsword, dealing 16 damage. Soggy?
Yep. Going to do an Eldritch Blast. Which river-based creature is going to come out of this one? This is going to be at advantage because this one has the flare and it's near an ally,
Correct.
right?
Correct. Double advantage cancels out disadvantage and gives you advantage. Oh man, dealing 12 force damage as a beam of crackling energy that right at the tip seems to resemble a catfish. Its whiskers sticking out and smacking the knight in the face as it streaks into him. It resembled a catfish as its whiskers slapped him in the face as it streaked into him.
Soggy just starts laughing at the Black Knight Commander's misfortune.
All right, so
Yeah,
this
catfish. That's just insulting.
yeah. So this knight spends half of his movement standing up. And then he tries to attack Leofer. He hits you for 8 slashing damage unless you use your shield again.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright, so again, you hold your hand up, and again, a swirl of translucent leaves seems to form in the pattern of a shield that absorbs the hit from the greatsword before disappearing again. And the knight's like, what the hell? Stop doing that, man.
Keep trying. Maybe you'll get through someday.
And then this knight gallops off the screen, so he's gone. I'm gonna go tell the captain. And this one's like, around here we fight to the death. And he targets Donovan. A critical failure. And as his mace strikes Donovan's shield, Donovan channels a smite through it, shattering his mace and leaving him without a series of weapons. Oh my, he did start in there, didn't he? Oh, what a dumbass. So now he doesn't have a melee weapon other than his lance.
All right. I'm gonna attack the one off in the distance.
Don't forget, the Black Knight Commander is still in the cloud of daggers.
Yeah, I got that. The one off in the distance is too far gone, and the one right here is dead.
So this one's dead.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. So that's my fault.
Right. No, it's
I
okay.
didn't see
So.
the X on him, so I wasn't sure. I
Oh,
thought he
you're
was
right.
lingering in the
Oh,
distance.
you're right. I didn't put the X on him. Oh, there must be a reason
I
why.
thought he was lingering in the distance to come back and get us again.
Yeah, no, there must be a reason why I didn't put the X on him. Go ahead, shoot him.
Well, I
You said
did.
he was
Well,
unconscious, and I stabbed him, but he didn't die.
Yeah, no, you can shoot him again. It's okay.
All right, so I got him for 19 for 15 damage.
Yeah, so you hit him, dealing 15 damage. The arrow sticks right in his face.
All right, and I'm gonna cast Hexblade Curse on the. Sorry, no, I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna maintain Fairy Fire since everyone has advantage. So I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay,
I'm gonna move in just a little bit closer though,
no problem.
and I end my turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and attack the commander.
So if that one's dead, can we put X on him?
There must be a reason that there's not an X going on him.
All right, so I guess we all know then. So all right, cool.
Yeah, but your characters might not understand exactly.
Hey, isn't there supposed to be some kind of divine X that appears over dead people? What's going on here?
Right? Where's the translucent X over that one? Vathel, go over there and check it out and get back to us.
All right. And does a 17 hit him?
A 17 does not hit him as he raises his sword in time to block the blow.
All right.
Alright, so this knight is feeling pretty confident that the rest of these guys and his boss can get you. So he is going to move down. Oh, you're right, Soggy. Oh. And he is going to move down and attack Soggy. And yes, that does draw an attack of opportunity from you, Donovan. Donovan, do you take your attack of opportunity?
Yeah.
And you miss.
Then I fired. Then I missed. Then I fired. Then I missed.
That might hit. It's real close. Soggy?
One moment. That hits.
Alright, so you take 13 slashing damage from the knight's greatsword as he charges into you.
Okay. So I will continue slicing these guys up. Let's do my Shadow Blade at the little knight right there.
Oh, the little knight.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, why you gotta make this a height thing, huh?
So there we go with that one.
Alright, as you smash your blade into the knight, he raises his sword, but your blade seems to pass right through it. Dealing 16 psychic damage, he clutches his head and screams in agony.
Very good. And then I will hit main guy there with my offhand scimitar.
You
That's an
swing
18.
valiantly at the knight, but up on his heavily armored warhorse, he's just hard to hit.
Darn. Okay. Well then, that is that guy unconscious or is he still alive? The little one.
He's alive. He's good to
Okay.
go. He just gripped his head in agony because he was hurt. You know.
Okay. My token's blocking his health. Done.
Oh, damn! Critical hit. 19 damage. You're at -12 and dying, sir. Unless you have something you can do.
That's painful. Ow.
However, I'm going to rule that you're still conscious. You're a tough knight. You're dying, mortally wounded, but still conscious.
Sees this and just sees Donovan just dead on the ground and just go. Something just snaps at him and just as he looks at the commander and the knights and just then something just and he just goes wild.
Yes, he does. And in fact, he unleashes his breath weapon in a line against both of these knights and their war horses.
You die!
And as he does so, suddenly the water goes from being just water to being boiling hot, steaming water that scorches the knights, dealing 8 fire damage to them and their horses, causing the knight who's by you's horse to collapse out from under him.
He's going to need to make an animal handling check.
And he fails, falling prone.
All these knights falling prone.
That's right. Kneel before Soggy, the most feared kobold in the world.
Along with his patron, the Bunyip, the ever-changing one, the guardian of lakes and rivers.
All right, is that your turn, Soggy?
That is my turn.
Disengage, move 20 feet. You cowards! Get back here and fight!
Does he take offense when Soggy blasts him with a beam of water?
Yeah. Ah, his horse tries to smash you with his hooves, but misses, Leofer.
All right, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna shoot the one that's trying to get away. $16 hit.
Yeah, and you take out the horse and it crumples to the ground, and him and the knight are just lying there motionless.
All right, so I got him. All right, and I have my turn. So is he's dead or he's just around?
You don't know.
This one. Okay. I have my turn.
Donovan, time to make your death saving throw.
And my attacks are magical, correct?
Yes, sir. All right, that's
okay.
one in the good column. All right, he spends half his movement to stand up. Soggy, you take 13 slashing damage as the knight's greatsword cuts into you.
He grimaces, but he still has a look of fury in his eyes.
Alrighty then. Now that all your men are running away, let's play a little ourselves. I'm going to attack this main guy.
Once again, the psychic damage seems to not be as effective against him. Oh, roll the other d6 for the last time you forgot your sneak attack.
Okay. And then I will also go at him with my offhand scimitar with my bonus action.
A critical hit. Make sure you roll the damage on that correctly. All right, so 12, 15 more damage. Your scimitar spins around in your hand and slices into the knight's neck. A splurt of black blood comes flying out as he crumples to the ground.
As he what?
Crumples to the ground.
All right. Well then, with that, let's see. I will move. What's the distance here? Yeah. I want to take the guy that's trying to get away, but I will move between these two. And end my turn.
All right. He is going to move and attack you. Well, no, he doesn't have to move. He can just attack you.
Yep.
2 hits.
These guys really like those 24s. All right, I will use my last shield.
And luckily, your shield will actually apply to both of these attacks, as it is technically like, 1 rounds thing. So as you hold up your shield, he hits it once, and some of the leaves fall away. He hits it twice, and you can tell it couldn't take another hit, but it protected you.
Alrighty.
Soggy, in a state of rage, sort of pulls out his obsidian dagger and stabs the guy right in the face. Where's the dagger? Here it is.
I like to picture that Soggy is like, I'm gonna stab you in the face. Wait, where's my dagger? Kind of looks around, and the knight just looks down at him like, what, is this real life? And then he's like, oh, here it is, and then leaps up and stabs him.
Is there any other effects the obsidian dagger do?
Do not.
Okay. I imagine he's recoiling in shock after being hit and being stabbed in the face.
Yeah, no, he didn't love that part.
All right, just to be clear, when I hit that one that just moved, it hit but it had no effect?
Oh, you shot that one? Oh, yeah. Then he's
That's the one I
just
shot.
yeah.
Because
Then he's
that's what
just
I'm saying.
down.
Is he dead or not?
No, he's just on the ground.
Or is he unconscious?
Yeah,
Right.
he's
So that's why I
unconscious.
was confused because I saw no change.
He's unconscious on the ground. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Is it the one that's attacking Soggy?
I didn't even realize that I was muted. Yes, I'm attacking the one that's attacking you, right?
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm attacking the one that's right in front of you, Sagi.
Lovely.
All right.
And that is a hit.
That's 13 damage.
Yes, sir.
And the 4 is necrotic with the 9 piercing.
Oh, gotcha. Is that your turn?
Yeah, and he should have disadvantage on, I guess, dex save.
Got you.
One on
All
the
right.
bad side.
Yep, 1 and 1.
Can I undo my movement from just now?
Yes.
Oh, it's right here. I want to move closer to Donovan. All right. And I end my turn. Oh, to give him a health potion, that would be an interaction or that would be an action?
That would be an interaction, one free interaction.
All right. So with my interaction, can I force feed him a health potion?
You can pull it out and give it to him, but it can't take effect until his turn. So, but that's next. So yeah.
Okay, that's fine because he goes next. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna do that with my interaction.
Okay. So 2d4 plus 4.
I haven't used up all my potions.
Drink my
You
juice.
gonna roll it or should I roll it?
Drink my juice, Donovan.
That's 8. And then my turn.
All right, Donovan. So you have 8 hit points, and you never failed a death save. So now it's your turn, Donovan. You're no longer dying. Hello, Donovan?
Donovan.
Yes, that knight is getting long sworded in the face for 5 slashing damage. Make that 9. Oh, Soggy! You take 12 more slashing damage.
I'm down to 3.
Alrighty. So seeing that Soggy's in a bit of a predicament here, I will attack the one that's attacking him. I see, it looks like I have to move a little bit closer.
Soggy yells, "No! This mine! You attack other!"
Alright, fine. I attack the other one.
Soggy is a vicious little scrappy do, isn't he?
If it's what he wants,
We do,
I
actually.
will let him be his own person.
Person, quote unquote.
I will move, however, around behind this guy to flank then.
This time, Donovan roll an intimidation check as the psychic damage slams into him. That misses. All right, Donovan. Now, as the psychic damage starts to cause him fear, you whisper something terrifying to him. What is it?
Are you all right, Donovan? Is your audio working well?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm gonna scream out. I'll put your head on a spike.
And it just so happens that that's a famous punishment here in Carpathia, and it terrifies him, and he goes to run. Not right now, when it's his turn.
His turn.
Okay, so we all good then.
Is that your turn? Yeah? Okay. And, okay, so now he goes to run.
Yep.
So you guys get attacks of opportunity. All right. Your blade slices into him, giving him a parting gift. He screams in terror yet again, but he is still alive. And Donovan, you miss. Don't you have 2 Eldritch Blasts?
It's hard. What?
Don't you have 2 Eldritch Blasts?
You mean?
Once you hit level 5, don't you have 2 Eldritch Blasts?
Don't know.
Are we still level 4? Or some of us are level 4 and some are level 5?
They pointed out to me that they're level 5, so I'm going to have the new guys level up in between sessions.
Okay.
Somehow I forgot that they were level 5. I have chemotherapy, and sometimes it affects my memory, but like I don't know how I forgot that they were level 5. I think they cheated me. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, did you want us to wait until until in between to do it?
it, no, I don't know if I just forgot or what. You know.
Well, I mean, I already took care of.
Oh, you already leveled up. Oh no, you're good. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Soggy, you are 1 away from hitting their armor class.
From the new one.
Is there any way anybody can give them a +1? I don't think there is. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, you miss.
Not Ty.
Oh, did you roll Yeah, you did roll normal. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's nothing you can do. Oops.
The knight.
Yeah, there you go.
That technical death save right there.
Yeah, the spectral tentacle is like, oh, I can't take it anymore.
Alright, I'm gonna go slightly in front of Donovan. I'm gonna take a shot at the one who's trying to get away.
That one's unconscious.
No.
Oh, the other,
The
yeah,
one talking is
yeah,
unconscious. The one.
yeah. I know which one now. Sorry.
Give me 1 second. That was bad roll all around.
Yep, that did not work out in your favor.
So, is Donovan gonna help Soggy?
Give me 1 second.
Donovan just came back from the brink of death.
I don't know. I thought Soggy wanted him to himself.
Well, he is at 3 health.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay, Donovan?
Yo,
I think this your go.
It is indeed.
It's at advantage because you're teaming up on him, right?
Yes. Yeah, so roll again to see if you crit. No crit. Alright, so you still deal the 7 slashing damage. Do you have any slots left for smite?
No.
That's okay, because it wouldn't have finished him anyway. Alright, so this knight tries to disengage and leave.
Is that 2 attacks of opportunity on him?
No, he disengaged.
Oh, my fault, my fault.
Well, where do you think you're going?
I
And
I was just gonna dip out quick. You take a swing at him, but you're just a step out of reach.
all right. Well, bonus action. Damn.
You swing at him again, and he's like, "No, seriously, cut it out. I'm gonna dip out."
He's like frantic dodging.
Yeah. He's using the strafe glitch. Like a little cheater. Alright, this guy continues to gallop away.
Soggy just looks at the runaway knight with fury and blasts him with an Eldritch Blast.
Oh, once again, you're 1 off.
All right, is the one that was running away still on the screen?
Just barely, yes.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna take another attack at him with the heavy crossbow.
Yep.
And I'm literally like narrowing my shot, focus to try and get him.
Gotcha.
$25.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you nail him, and he falls from his horseback.
Hit him for 12.
Yep. You hit him, and he falls off.
So he's not unconscious, all right?
You can't tell, but he fell.
Okay. And then I end my turn. Well, I'm gonna go out a little distance.
Okay.
My thing is acting up. Sorry. So I didn't mean to go there. It's
No problem. Move where you intended to. Donovan.
right there. All right, end my turn.
No problem.
All right, I guess I'm gonna hit him.
Runaway Knight.
Oh, yeah. So you run up behind him with your long sword and you just decapitate him. The bodies are broken in front of you, bloodied, battered, but not beaten. You stand victorious over your foes.
And for just at the end of it, Sagi's just going to start stabbing the body of the Black Knight commander, trying to cut off his head and such.
It's like I don't know about bloody and beaten. I feel pretty good.
I yell at Sagi. No, we need him. We need him unconscious, but not dead or massacred. So I say cut up the other one. Cut up the other one, but not the king, not the knight.
So he huffs and goes to this one and starts cutting it up.
That's the one that Donovan cut its head off of.
And then this one.
Shaggy is just going from body to body.
Damn it! I need a reason for a different one.
At this point, like it's looking a little psychotic. So, you guys watch as the little kobold goes around like hacking at their necks, trying to get their heads off.
I just realized we weren't in initiative anymore. Can I roll the animal handling to try and take this horse?
The Black Knight Commander's horse?
Possible? No.
Oh, that horse. Yeah, go ahead. Roll animal handling.
I just want to see if I can ride him. Yeah, I want to see if I can ride him.
Yeah, no, right. The first one that I took out, that was my plan. Then it ran away.
The Black Knight Commander's horse is still there too. That horse rears and kicks at you as you try to grab its reins.
All right. So meanwhile, I want to see if I can grab these two bodies and pull them in.
Yeah, no problem.
So these two bodies, my goal is to get them and pull them in
towards
the rest of the group.
Yeah. I'm not gonna like drag them over right now, but like, yeah, you got the bodies.
All right. Do I sense that they're dead or are they just unconscious?
You can't tell. They're not breathing.
All right. So I'm gonna use my rope and I'm gonna tie them up. Again, I want to pull them by the. Basically, I want to tie everyone up and pull everyone together.
Yeah.
If I can't tell if they're dead or unconscious, I'm gonna tie them up anyway.
Yeah. Nobody's breathing. Everybody's cold.
All right. Is everybody okay with that? Because I'm gonna need probably a little bit of extra rope unless I cut my own rope to tie up all the different guys.
Well, while he's moving him around and dragging him, I'm gonna start. I sit down, kind of cross-legged, and I start chanting. I'm gonna ritually cast detect magic to see if they have any magical stuff that may be trouble to us if they wake up.
The Black Knight Commander has a magical ring on.
And except for the magical knight, I'm gonna cut the other two knights' heads off. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still gonna drag their bodies over, but I'm gonna cut their heads off. The
So
king is the only one who I'm not gonna touch.
you're tying them all up, including the one whose head was already cut off, and cutting off the heads of the tied up ones.
Not the Black Knight commander,
Right.
but the other ones, yes.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
And you're still tying them up even though their heads are off.
For now, if I can't tell, because I don't want them to possibly come back, and if they
Well, when you cut their heads off, a splurt of black blood comes pouring out of their necks.
the vampire, they're just gonna disappear. All right. So I try and avoid to get splattered.
Yep. All right. So and you cut their heads off. The Black Knight commander, you said you tied up and detected that the ring was magical.
He's the only one who I don't touch. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So.
And I asked the rest of the group, do we want to try and revive him and question him? What do we want to do with him?
Probably suggest cutting off head. He says.
Well, let's see if we can get information from him first, if possible. That might be helpful for sneaking into the castle. If not, we can force him, or we can let him go and chase him.
I've got more than enough information from these guys. This isn't the first time we faced them. These guys have just been
Okay.
stalking me. For some reason, they view me as a threat. I'm not exactly surprised.
Do they have a way of tracking you, which is why they're always able to find you? You think?
Not that
Is
I
that
can
possible?
tell.
Okay. Because I know from my background, once I place a mark on someone special, I'm always able to find the location no matter where they are. Maybe they have the same with you. Just to keep that in mind.
Can I whip my, vision around to look at Donovan here while my detect magic is still going? And do I notice anything out of the ordinary magic-wise?
No, nothing out of the ordinary. Just the ring.
Okay, so yeah, I was just since he mentioned the possibility of some sort of tracking on him, that's why I was looking at him.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I asked Donovan, do we have a way where we can get into the castle without him? Or is there a way that he can help us get in? We've already let one escape. Maybe the commander has higher rank and more knowledge.
All I know is of right now, we need to get going before reinforcements arrives.
And there are more around because we left them in the city. So you're right, we do need to go before they find us too. But let's make sure that we're thorough, just the same. What do we want to do?
They just sleep. Saki says as he just wearily starts to cut the head of the leading knight.
Even if we sleep, we need to do it someplace safe.
I don't get the feeling that he would be particularly willing to talk, even if we tried.
I know what to ask the Black Knight commander. I'm going to cut his head off.
Okay.
Is that a question? Here's my question for you. I'm gonna cut your head off.
Yes.
This thing is a vampire. Or at least half of one anyway. There's only one thing you do with these. So I'm going to cut its head off. And then I'm going to cut its head off and I'm going to plant his sword into the ground and put his head on it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to do with all the others as well. So I'm just going to leave their bodies. I'm going to take all their great swords and just line them up.
Okay.
And just put all their heads on top of their great swords. And then I guess we depart. We look for someplace safe to maybe get a rest before going to the tower.
Oh, there's not really any place to rest. Like, you can see the tower. So you can retreat and go someplace to rest.
Guys,
Well, I'm fairly healthy, but it could certainly push on. But you all look
Like
like you might
hammered
drop.
shit.
Just you like you might drop walking through the tower.
I think we're okay with health, but the use of spells makes us all exhausted, and I can tell from experience that that's true. So I'm fit enough to fight, but I'm severely limited in my capacity to aid and support the group, so that we all know that. Because
I
spells take a lot.
find a
The
place to
mana
get
usage takes
the
a lot
wounds.
out of us. So I'll at least need a short rest. What about Soggy?
I don't know, guys. That to be honest, that did take a lot of my resources.
So
That
again,
battle took everything I had.
we can retreat, but we need some place where we know we can be safe for a little while.
Anybody have any ideas?
I'm completely unfamiliar with this area.
Yeah, I mean, you guys
So
can just kind of like retreat a little ways and there's not really going to be like a safe spot, but like you can find a spot that you can defend at least.
all right. So when I look in the distance, do I notice any place where we can go? Because we don't see anything on the map, so we don't know where we're headed.
Yeah, well, I'll show you guys the map, and all of that, but like basically it's just a huge plain right now.
All right. So what I'm saying is, are we just resting in the fields, or are we actually going someplace to rest? Because again, we don't see anything, so we don't know where we're headed next. And I wouldn't recommend going back to town unless we kill all the villagers.
Yeah, I would say just look for around for a place that looks relatively hidden. If there's any dips in the plains and whatnot, so that we're not super easily seen while we try to rest.
Yeah, you guys can just bed down like baby deer and try to keep quiet.
Yeah, but we don't want to do it right in front of all the dead bodies. That's what we're trying to say. So
Right.
again, we don't know where we're headed because we don't see anything.
No, I understand. There's a greater world map, but for now, you guys can just rest assured knowing that you can go like away.
Okay.
So, short rest then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that is where we will pick up next week then, is with you guys taking a short rest and what you do after that. So, this was a good session. I hope that Leofer and Vathel will be joining us as you guys go and invade the Black Fort. And we will pick up next week as you guys have fun raiding the castle. So, thanks for playing, and as always, good gaming.
Oh, that's gonna be another
Do you